Welcome back to the SEC Championships. Gina Rice has done an outstanding job in her first 3 events. I think the all-around title is hers to lose, but now she is up on vault.
Just a vault to go. Yurchenko nails the landing. Outstanding job.
Gina Rice has been as on as any gymnast in this meet as we've seen all year, Lori.
Talk about being in the zone. I've never seen her look better.
She gets a 9.975, and let's just take another look at this vault.
Alabama has really stepped it up here. A great event for them, but they are hitting the landings. That's what they need to do. Georgia's on a bye, so they need to pull ahead as far as they can.
Absolutely. April Burkholder, the all-rounder for LSU. She's going to be up on beam. She's ranked 4th in the country in this event.
Again, starting off big, same mount we saw Lisa Rennie do. Showing off difficulty right from the start, and it doesn't stop for this athlete. That handspring layout straight down the center of this 4-inch wide beam. There's a ring jump, a slight bobble there. You notice she's wearing beam shoes. Probably the only athlete in this competition who chooses to do so. It's up to the athlete. Beam shoes were quite popular during the 80s when some of these big skills were coming out. It helped protect their feet. And some just prefer the grip that they give on the beam. Again, we're seeing some of her intricate dance, always sharp and crisp. Big dismount here. E-level skill, double back. Almost a stuck landing, a great routine. LSU is heating things up.
No question, and at the center of that is April Burkholder. She gets a 9.85 in this event. Gotta love April. You can just always see on her face that she just wants that little bit more.
I'll tell you the 2 mistakes, that slight bobble, an 0.5 and a 1/10 deduction for this dismount. But you have to give her credit for going for the difficulty.
Well, how about this? The defending NCAA champ on vault, Ashley Miles.
Once again, this SEC title may be in her hands. Beautiful vault. That is just huge.
She is the final competitor for Alabama in this rotation, and a 9.95 will cap off the Crimson Tide in rotation number 6. That has got to give them a pretty good total heading into the final rotation where they will watch Georgia compete. But take another look.
Not quite as dramatic as last year's floor performance because now the Tide has to sit on a bye and wait to see what Georgia comes up with. But boy, are they in a good position.
Oh, certainly. There you see the scores from this rotation. Alabama with a 49.625 on vault. It's a great score, and their team total is right up there too. But Georgia is up next. Welcome back. We are in the final rotation here at the Gwinnett Center for the SEC Gymnastics Championship. The Georgia Gym Dogs need a 49.5 to tie Alabama. Alabama finished up. They have a 197.95, and the question now is, will it be enough?
Well, I don't know. It's a great performance for us. I mean, that's our high score for the season. I think we did a great job, and you know, there's a lot of great competition out there. It's tough sitting on the bye, the last rotation, and you just got to hope that that's going to hold up. We ended on our 2 best events, and I thought we were superb. And you know, when your kids do the best they possibly can, you can't say much more.
Alabama must be pleased with their performance so far, but that is a tough position to be in. This is again where Georgia's rotation schedule gives them the luck of the draw. Finishing on floor, they know what they need.
And there you just saw Michelle Gales from Kentucky on vault. Gets a 9.8 for the Wildcats.
And her last performance for Kentucky as a team, she will move on to regional competition. And she told me it was a top goal for her to try to make it into the top 5 in the all-around here. She finishes very strong with this nice handspring front pike. Good height, legs were glued together.
The Arkansas gym backs are on bars in this rotation. And, you know, Laura, we've got to say, all these other gymnasts have the challenge of the fact that Georgia is on floor in this rotation, and this crowd is going to go crazy whenever they do anything. It is extremely loud in here, and I am sure that this was a discussion that went on between the athletes and the coaches. You're going to need to focus a little extra hard when Georgia's on floor. Dana McQuillan for Arkansas gets a 9.825 in this routine. Nice high, giant full to a double back. Again, Dana's not throwing huge difficulty, but she's clean and consistent. One of the most difficult events, perhaps, to compete in a noisy atmosphere would be beam. Orly Smooch is going to try and do that for Florida. You can hear the crowd roaring in the background along with the music. It is so tough to compete with all of those distractions going on. Orly hitting her tumble series there right from the mount, handstand layout to a back handspring. There are the chants. Many of these teams have practice in their own home gyms, giving themselves these kind of distractions, pumping up the music, bringing in fans to yell and scream, doing anything that they can to create a distraction and force the athlete to fight through it mentally. Here we go with the dismount. Round off, double back. She looked a little slow heading into it, but what a landing. A great routine for Orly. Look at the score. A 9.925 ties a career high for Orly Smooch. I'd say all that distraction didn't bother her too much. This is another one of those athletes, similar to Corey Fritzinger. She loves being in those high-pressure situations and almost always comes through. Once again, she does the job for Florida. And now on to the gym dogs, Brittany Smith. She has 2 10s on floor this season. Now consider, we said they need a 49.5, which means every gymnast must average a 9.9. She's got to have a big score. And that means clean landings for Georgia. Whip to double pike. There's one down. I noticed during warm-up, Georgia had a little bit of a struggle here. Remember, this floor is on top of the ice, not on top of a basketball court that they're used to competing on. That reduces a little bit of that spring, makes the surface a little harder. It'll show up in the big skills like the full ins, and sometimes in some of those combination skills like that second pass for Brittany. Also take into consideration that this is the 7th rotation. This is the longest meet of the year, even longer than national championships. So they could be fatigued. This is where their conditioning program really will play a part. Last pass, tough for the endurance, double back. Almost got stuck midair there, somehow pulls that landing out. What a fighter. This Georgia team is not going to give anything away at this point. Well, the crowd wants a 10. I don't know, Lori, they might be a little overzealous here for that routine, but it was a good routine nonetheless for Brittany Smith. She does her job, a 9.925. As we said, these gym dogs need to average a 9.9 just to tie Alabama, so Brittany does what she needs to do. Take a look at some of that big tumbling we saw from her opening pass, a whip back, a no-handed back handspring right into the double pike, and a clean landing. The fans are chanting UGA. Can they do it? We've got 2 gymnasts left.